Bom dia, tudo bem? My name is Linda Rossetti, and I am so happy to be here with you today. Congratulations, Paula, and to all of you for joining LIDÉRICA. It's a fantastic organization and represents a wonderful opportunity for each of you. Let me tell you how I'd like to use our time today. The first is I'd like to tell you my story and why it is that I care so much about what Paula is doing. And secondly, I wanted to give you some ideas of things that you might be able to use in the work that you do as you continue to grow and develop and bring goodness to the businesses that you're involved in. Once upon a time, I worked in São Paulo, Brazil. I worked for Banco de Boston in 1987. It was a fantastic time, and I got to see many, many parts of your beautiful country. I consider myself very fortunate. After that, though, I spent many years in the technology industry and was fortunate enough to get my MBA from the Harvard Business School. It helped me do so many wonderful things in my career, including being an executive in a Fortune 500 company in the United States. But the most important thing that it's allowed me to do is actually do the work that I'm involved in today. Because for the last 5 years, I've done research and writing on the topic of women and transition. About 5 years ago, I learned about transition very unexpectedly. I was working for a large corporation and realized the things that I was spending my time on weren't really the things that were important to me. And it caused me to go in a cycle that helped me do research and an awful lot of investigation that led to a book. My first book was published in 2015 and has now led me to have partnerships with organizations all over the world, including the United States Air Force and Babson College, which is where I worked with Paula. My work in transition, though, has taught me that we all misunderstand transitions. And in fact, transitions occur when there is a shift in what holds value and meaning to us. And it is through those shifts that we very often have an opportunity to grow. So let me tell you 2 quick things about what I learned from that research, and I hope that it will underscore the wonderful opportunity that you have with LIDÉRICA. The first thing that I learned is that transitions that we refer to in our lives really aren't transitions. Sometimes a business will close, or you'll start a business, or you'll get married or divorced, or perhaps retired, or a spouse or friend will get ill. All of those things we refer to as transitions in our lives, when in fact, none of them are. What they are triggers that really leave us at an opportunity to make a decision. And it is that decision that I hope you spend time on with this wonderful organization you've just joined, right? Because none of those things, the positive things and the negative things, or even feelings that say, oh, you know, for whatever reason, things don't feel right, none of those things in and of themselves are transitions. What they do is they lead us to an opportunity to make a decision. And at those moments, we can choose to cling to the status quo, we can change, or we can transition. Transition represents growth. It asks us to re-examine our assumptions about our identity, our capacity, and our values. And when that happens, it usually happens when there's a shift in those things that hold value and meaning to us. And what I've learned through my work is that if we can take the moment, right, to really focus on those things that hold value and meaning to us, instead of all those things that our families or our communities or our education or any other influence tells us we should do, if in fact we take a moment and say, what is valuable to me, what holds meaning to me, and use that as a benchmark, then we have unlimited energy for going forward and doing the things that we want to do, including spearheading a new business. Underpinning all of this is our connection to other people. Because once we understand those things that hold value and meaning to us, our ability to connect with others and leverage the experience and willingness of others to help us is really unbounded. So I hope that as you go forward from today, that you take a moment and celebrate this opportunity to be part of LIDÉRICA. Thank you so much, and good wishes.